All right, guys. So this is gonna be another interview with another experienced trophy hunter from way back in the day. Also, was around before I even got a PlayStation 3, even had access to trophies. So we're gonna do another little bit of a history lesson, I guess, as well. Seemed like people liked the RD interview and learning about trophies back then and different people's takes on things. So, guest today, people might know him as Duck360. Um, although he does have a new account now, kind of not leaderboard going for that as much. More focused on having fun. But I don't know. You want to introduce yourself a bit?
Yeah, thanks for having me first. My name is Mohammed. I was a member of the Duck360 team back 6 years ago or something when we used trophies and we were number one for several years. But all the members, we retired and, well, we moved on from 2015, 15 or
It looked like on your Twitter you said 2015. Yeah, I remember that account being up there when I first kind of glanced at the leaderboards. Like when I think I said in another episode that initially leaderboards were not my concern. I thought there would be no way I would ever be able to climb to the top. So, but I would glance at just to see curiosity to see what the top accounts were and stuff. And I do remember a certain duck image being high up there. So, um, yeah.
go ahead, sorry.
Oh, I mean, if you have something to say.
No, go ahead. I was just asking. So you want me to tell you like how it was to be on the top or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, well, you want to just say a history of like what got you into trophy hunting, maybe as
Oh,
well.
oh yeah. So what got me to trophy hunting? That's an interesting question because as far as I remember, like I played video games since as far as my memories goes, and I always enjoyed completing games 100%. And well, it was really difficult back then because there was no guides or YouTube or anything. So there was always a challenge. And even though I was young and my English wasn't, I didn't really have any skills in English. I
Oh,
get
so you
stuck
you
in
were
games so
playing
easily.
mostly English games. Well, I guess
Yes.
that was probably mostly what they were because they probably didn't make too
Yeah.
many Arabic, I would
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. Right now, games right now, if you buy the European version, it usually have like Arabic subtitles or even language.
As an
But back
option.
then, there was everything was English. Like I remember one time was in the first Metal Gear in PlayStation One, where you have to call Meryl, and they tell you to see the package in the back to get the number. I had no idea because I didn't understand anything they're saying, so I got stuck there. But anyway, so I always enjoyed finishing games 100%. Super Mario World and Game Boy Advance, Metal Gears, everything. And I remember getting Xbox 360. That's when I got into the achievement.
Oh, so that's where the
I
360 came in. I didn't even connect the two dots there.
no, actually, the 360 didn't come from Xbox. It
Oh.
just I don't know. It was just a fancy number that we used a bit more. Shut up! I'm in the middle of an interview. Anyway, so Xbox 360, I got the achievement, and I remember Call of Duty 2. That was fun playing it for the first time and veteran. Then I was doing Halo. I don't remember which one. That's when I got the yellow ring of death, if
Ooh.
you know it.
Yeah.
And I remember doing all the tricks they had back then, like use a towel or some shit to overheat it, and somehow it starts working again. And it did work for a bit, and then just died again and again and again. So that's when that account on Xbox died, and we went to PlayStation. At that time, we weren't fanboys of anything. We actually used to play Nintendo the most, especially GameCube.
Yeah, same with me. I
And
used to play I mean, I used to play a lot of Wii before I got a PlayStation. I mean, I had a
yes, the Wii too.
PS2. I did have a PS2, but
Yeah, I had
most
a PS2 too, with even the original X.
yeah, most of my gaming was on Nintendo consoles. I mean, there was awesome games on PS2. I really liked my PS2, and I liked the RPGs and stuff on there, but I'd still say like 80% of what I played was Nintendo stuff growing up. Of course, that was kind of the dominant um, uh, systems at the time were kind of more Nintendo based. What was your first system you ever
Up
got?
to, oh wow, it's either well, I'm the youngest in my family, so my brothers played even before me, probably Atari or something like that, or the first Nintendo system. My as far my memory goes, my first system would be Sega Genesis or Super Nintendo.
Yeah, Super Nintendo was my first as well. Um,
Super Nintendo was so good. I still have it.
I still have mine too, surprisingly, because I don't keep like a ton of old systems, but that one I do still have. Well, it's at my grandmother's house, but um, I think that's the only really old one. I mean, I sold all my DSs and my N64s and all that, but still got that one. One of my favorite systems. Anyway, so getting
Yeah,
back to what was the leap from Xbox to PlayStation?
that was probably the Red Ring of Death. So after that, we started playing PlayStation, and one thing that I noticed immediately was the lack of achievements were really fun to have. And I still remember the first time I read the article about when PlayStation is gonna put trophies, and it was a bit weird, to have these grades instead of points. But the platinum was something cool. At that time, I really wanted them to put trophies in Bad Company because I grew up loving Battlefield. The first Battlefield, Battlefield 2, that's probably the most game I played in my life. It was on PC, and so I really enjoyed Battlefield Bad Company 1. Didn't get trophies until later, and holy shit, was hard. I wish they didn't put it, but we got it at the end. It's that. Uh, so yeah, we started from day one because I love finishing games, and I already experienced the Xbox achievements, and I love them. And from there, we just went through it.
Yeah, it sounds like you were
And
a completionist even from the get go too, even before the achievements. So
yeah, but when we first got trophies, like even though we love finishing games 100%, we were okay with not finishing a game 100. You know what I mean? Like early on, we really played a lot of games that we just threw away after playing a bit, even though we didn't get all the trophies. And we didn't know about leaderboards, or we didn't even think there would be a leaderboards. Like I'm doing it for myself, I'm enjoying trophies, and me and my brothers are really close. We always play games together, multiplayer games or whatever. So we only had one account. I mean, it didn't make sense for us each to have a different account, especially when we were very young at the time. So we just collected trophies on that account. Like I know it's not legit because it's a team account, but just happened, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
we
I mean, you're
that's
open and honest about it being a team, though, too. So.
yeah. I actually remember the first time it was in PlayStation Trophies.org. Someone said that we are cheaters because he showed like two trophies being together. I think one of them was some Sonic game, and we didn't hide it. Like, yeah, we are a team. That's that, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
but it was we didn't become a team to be competitive. It was a
it was just a fun
normal
thing to do.
family thing. Exactly.
Share games and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's. I mean, I do have that series about certain things that go on in the leaderboard and stuff, and that's one of the things too. I was trying to say. I initially when I got into trophies, I thought everyone was legit and everyone was one person, and I didn't know a lot of all the interest intricacies of what was going on. But that's why I think big proponent of play for yourself. Play. It's a lot more enjoyable. I found it a lot more enjoyable when I wasn't gunning for leaderboard spots necessarily, and I was just like, I didn't have to rush through the game and stuff, and I could
Oh
enjoy it.
yeah.
Because that's what. Did you guys ever experience that where you were trying to like maintain the leaderboard spot and trying to just rush through games, or was it
Oh yeah.
always just?
Definitely. No, no, definitely. There was a period where I remember when before we became first. I think Akun was first, and what we did was we didn't sync our trophies. We just kept collecting and never going online. And like we collected, I think, 60 trophies without syncing them, and then we suddenly sank them when we reached 200 platinum, and we jumped to first. And during that time and after that time, we did like play specifically for trophies. Like get like after I finish a game, like, hey, give me the next shit game. I don't care. And we go through them. For some games are really like I have no interest in. I just play the game, skip the cutscenes, and sometimes you actually end up enjoying the game. Like I discovered a lot of games from trophies. Like I don't think I would have ever played Dragon Age Origins without trophies, and now Dragon Age is one of my favorite games of all time. So yeah,
Yeah,
thank you,
I
trophies.
mean, even RD was mentioning that as a positive from trophies back in the day, but nowadays that's not really so much the case. At least for me, trophies don't really get me to try things like they used to. It's more so, it kind of deters me from certain games. At least playing them on my main account and stuff. But
I I think before was trophies was were limited to a few number of games. There weren't many games, especially if I'm not mistaken. At that time, there weren't digital games yet,
yeah, most
so you
games.
didn't have this easy access games like today.
Yeah, most games I was playing were physical back then too. And then even the digital ones were like there was no plat digitals. It was very rare that
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that.
I mean most of the
That's
digitals were just
true.
100% like by default. It was like it had to be some physical thing for them to put a plat trophy on them.
Yeah, I do remember that actually. I think most of the games digitally they weren't AAA games at all. They were just some small games like arcade stuff, and none of them had platinums. And it was something strange that if you downloaded the game that had a platinum.
Yeah. And then so you did go through a phase of playing a bunch of garbage. Did that get to you at a certain point? Or
I, I I'm pretty sure they did. I can't exactly remember, but I remember one game that I really hated was I think it was called Fairy Tales, and the game was awful. Like it wasn't fun at all, and the main problem was it was actually long, and you have to finish it like 7 times
Ew.
with a co-op party, something like that.
Yeah,
Because how
trophies.
awful it was, my brothers wouldn't play with me. So I had a friend play with me, and he hated it, but he did it just for me, so I can finish it already.
Yeah, I remember some of
So
those.
yeah, there are some bad memories with bad games.
I remember some
The
of
closest
those.
I had with Tarnet was my brother.
Yeah, some of those things we did for trophies back in the day. It's like I wouldn't even bother doing stuff like that anymore. Like just all day long boosting sessions for one bronze trophy and stuff like that. Man, have times changed. It makes you go and
Yeah,
think back, and it's like, oh, you can get plats in 10 minutes now. And we spent like a day to get one bronze trophy, but it made them more special, I think.
that's
Um,
true. Yeah, of course.
so then, what got you guys to stop? Like, when did,
So,
or was there still more or more stuff to talk about in your time of being at the top? If you got more.
well, yeah, I guess like there's one thing I should mention is that I have two brothers. When we started Duck360, we were three, and then like one of our first goals after finding a leaderboard was to be number one in our country. And there was one guy from Kuwait with us. He was number one. His name is Fawaz. His nickname was Zero Q8, and he's a very good gamer. And he was like really tough to beat, even the three of us. And when we beated him, my brother invited him to our home, and he helped us with playing some games. And then he joined our team. I don't exactly remember how or why, or it was a long time ago, but over 10 years now. So we became four players, and all four of us, we were able to become number one and maintain that spot for a long time. But my brothers, they kind of like stopped collecting trophies naturally, slowly. Like they started playing slowly, and stopped playing bad games and only play whatever they get interested in. It was just me and my friend Zero that kept Duck360 on the top as much as possible. And after that, I think one of the reasons that I started to quit trophies and PlayStation in general was when they announced Battlefield 3. I mentioned before that I'm a big fan of Battlefield before, and Battlefield 2 was one of my favorite games. So when they 3, I was my god. But they said that in PlayStation it's gonna be only 24 players. It's gonna be 64, and that was immediately like, oh my god, I have to get a gaming PC. No way I'm gonna play this. Screw trophies, screw whatever. So I got my gaming PC. I played it. I enjoyed it. I tried other games. Holy crap! No difference, frame rate, graphics, whatever. And I also felt the sensation of playing games without trophies. I felt free, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been
And
experiencing that too, and that was one of the things I wanted to bring up also. Of one of the reasons why I wanted to interview you, because
oh, okay.
I know now you do have another PlayStation account, but you
Yes.
only play like good games on it, I guess. I mean, I
Yeah.
shouldn't classify games as good, but you don't play every
Yeah.
single 5 minute thing
Oh
that
no,
comes out.
definitely. So after I got experience with PC gaming, and there was some really good games on PC, like they weren't on PlayStation, like Amnesia, The Dark Descent. That was a scary game. League of Legends and some other game. And one of my favorite games that I played on PlayStation, a strategy game called Ruse, and it was very difficult platinum too, and I really liked that game, and it was so much better on PC. So I started to play more on PC and less on PlayStation, especially if a game I really love. Like, hey, that's a game I've been waiting for a long time. Why should I play it in an inferior system when I could enjoy it on how it's meant to be, in its complete beauty? And PC games were really much better than PlayStation 3 games. Right now, there isn't much difference between PC and 4 Pro, and that gap is going to get even smaller with 5, obviously.
Yeah.
But back then, it was a huge difference. Even in the ugliest games you can think of in PlayStation 3, they were so much better. And of course, I got exhausted from trophies. They were technically pointless. And I'm started to grow up, going to college, and have dreams to be a game developer. Want to go to the US and study. All that stuff came, and at one point I stopped. I don't remember exactly when, but I think it just happened naturally.
Yeah, I've been feeling that way too when I play games that just don't have trophies. It's kind of like I like having certain challenges, but I could make my own challenges, especially in this day and age where the trophies you don't even have to finish the game anymore. It's kind of like, oh, play it for 10 minutes and oh, that's it. That's the plat. Move on to something else. But just
Maybe a game like this now.
what was that?
Seriously, there are games like this now?
Yeah, that's basically there's a lot of games like that now. Um, but it's just been nice to I don't know, like you said, have the freedom to do what we wanted in the game. Because I don't know about you, but trophies started dictating how I played the game. Like you said, it was you were skipping cutscenes and stuff, but then it would also be like, oh, you have to do this, and you have to play it this way on this mode, and play
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
Um,
Sometimes, though, if it's a game I really love, like let's let me find let's say Dragon Age 2, for example. I told you like I enjoyed Dragon Age 1 from trophies. After I got Dragon Age 2, I didn't care about trophy. I just played the first time I played it like how I would play any game, and didn't care about trophies or anything. And I think I got like the platinum maybe a year later after I played it. So there are some exceptions. It depends on the game and the mood. But to be honest, these exceptions are not good if you want to be a very good trophy.
yeah, if you want to.
And I can't see myself doing that to games that I really love. Like imagine telling me, hey, play Metal Gear or something without watching these because they have like holy shit long cutscenes. No way. I mean, first I'm a gamer. That's secondly, you can call me a trophy hunter back then.
Yeah, I feel like trophy hunting. It got. I was basically addicted to it at one point. I don't know if you would call yourself addicted or not,
Yeah,
but
I definitely was at some point.
it was like a tunnel vision too. It was like, oh, I cannot play on any other system other than PlayStation. All my time has to be spent earning trophies, otherwise it's a waste of time. Follow the guides, do it as fast as possible. Like you said, skip all the cutscenes and all that, and it's just the games I've played on. I mean, I got a Switch and played some games on there. I mean, it is kind of an inferior system graphically and all that, but just the fact that I don't have to worry about trophies, I don't have to see the trophies, is just kind of a nice break. So
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
I have a Switch too. I played. The last game I played was Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I have yet to play that one. I've been meaning to try to play more, and then I don't know, I get pulled back into the trophy thing. Is what happened over the last few years. Ay ay ay.
And I mean, I don't blame you, to be honest. I mean, you are in a high spot, and it's not easy to let go.
Yeah, it's
Because if
not.
you let go, you may never be able to climb up again.
Yeah, that's one of the things I try to deal with. But this is also why I'm trying to interview people that kind of left and just see what their experiences are like having left and reasons why. And but the whole scene is just completely, I don't know. I mean, we're basically buying and playing games for the trophies, not for the game. And I've
Yeah,
also heard,
that's not good.
it's not good. And then I've also heard people be like, "Oh, I kind of liked that game," and then I question it. I kind of think, well, if you saw that game on the store and there was no trophies whatsoever, would you even give it a second thought, or would you even find it fun at all? I mean, if you enjoyed it, did you play it past the plat even? No, it just I don't know. They liked it because they could
Yeah,
get the plat in 10 minutes. It's kind of like we got addicted to buying trophies
yeah,
that way. Um,
yeah, that happens too. I mean, I'm pretty sure there were some interesting games I would have bought if they had. So yeah, trophies did at some point was the major factor, the deciding factor of what I play. Sometimes probably there are some cool games, but with really shitty hard trophies that I end up avoiding.
yeah, same with me. It was unfortunate too because I mean they sounded like great games, and then like games I really enjoyed were just super long, and at a point I wouldn't want to play them because they were just too long because they were 150-hour plats or something, which isn't right
Yeah,
because the games are far better. And I get far more value out of this game too if I have 150 hours to spend in it, or more, because I could just play it even past the plat. But as opposed to spending money on a game and play it for 10 minutes and move on to the next one. Um,
yeah, that's true. I mean, like right now I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and I decided to play it on PlayStation, even though I have a PC to play it on. I read that in the guide that you don't have to complete the game 100% to get the platinum. But while I'm playing, I feel like screw trophies. I want to do things that even they don't have trophies. I'm doing things that don't matter for the trophies. I'm enjoying the game, and I'm having trophies to add an extra fun to the game. You know what I mean? I'm not letting the trophies decide how I'm gonna play the game anymore,
yeah,
and it is
that's
a very liberating fact.
yeah, that's a good way to go about it. Having the option to um, or additional things to do with the trophies. But yeah, nowadays a lot of them you don't have to 100% the games anymore. Um, you, I mean, just messing around in wilderness areas or whatever. If that's fun to kill a few hours or whatever, and relaxing. Um, do you ever miss it being at the top of the leaderboard and doing that stuff?
Honestly, sometimes I do. I mean, back when we were number one, we had the fan page and Facebook. It was really fun to interact with the people. We had
Yeah.
people that really loved us. We had people who hated us. That's normal for any person. But it was fun. Even when I played League of Legends or Steam, my name was Duck360 too back then, and people added me there like, "Hey, are you the same guy?" And even when I went to college, people knew me. Like it was an interesting feeling to be someone, and but it wasn't worth the effort. There was nothing coming out of it.
Hey,
Especially, I think I just remember like one major factor that made me quit trophies was um, Sony did something before that where you can buy items using trophies. You know about that?
Yeah, that was a little before my time, but I think it was like right as I was getting into trophies. But yeah, you could get physical items with depending on how many trophies you had.
Yeah, that one. So I was really excited and I wanted to do it, but I wasn't allowed because our account Duck360 wasn't a US. Like, holy shit, that's a huge dick move. And then the number two, Hakum, he's from Bahrain, which is a neighboring country, but his account was a US account, so he could buy all the things, even though it violates PlayStation user agreement.
Yeah, it
But
violates the terms of service.
they don't care. So I was like, hey, oh, that's unfair. I wanted that cool Killzone suit that he ended up getting. It looks really cool, and other stuff. And at that point was like, okay, trophies literally don't have value, especially now for me because my account is not. So that was another big deciding factor. It's crucial.
Yeah, I mean, like you weren't getting any money or anything from that. It was a job that was kind of sounded like it was
No,
becoming unfun. Um,
yeah,
and
and we didn't have any donation pages or anything. We did sell some trophies, like, hey, we have some of these Japanese visual novel, really easy to get platinum to, but back then you had to buy them physically from Japan. I think a site called Play Asia. They were really expensive, so we
yeah,
some people paid us, and we got the platinum on their account. Some other stuff,
yeah,
but
they were.
overall we didn't get any sort of income. We did though get some interviews and forums. We're on PlayStation official magazine, um, some local newspaper and stuff. But other than that, it was just for fun.
Yeah. What else was I gonna? It brought up another idea I had for a question, but now I can't remember it. Um,
Can't think about it, then you'll remember it.
I'll remember it after this interview, I'm sure. Like right after we hang up. Always the way it works. Um, actually, I have the Duck360 account on now, and as you could see, it says 864 plats. And at this point, I mean, you were number one um, before. I mean, nowadays that would not even be like close to number one, just because of all of the
Yeah,
really fast games.
that's crazy. I was actually thinking about that when you told me you wanted to interview me, and I was like, we are 800 platinum now, and the top are like 2,700. Can you believe that it took us like 5 years to reach 600 platinum?
I mean,
I
I
feel
can
like
believe it.
nowadays you can do that in a few months.
Yeah, I mean, I can believe it because I remember just how much harder it was to get trophies back then. But I think a lot of new people, I mean, that's all they know is they came to the scene and oh, there's all these really, really fast platinums. So um, it's just,
A
yeah,
lot of games today are easier in general, even if it's a big game and not these 15-minute game. But overall, they are so much easier. Like right now, I'm playing Red Dead. Red Dead seems a lot. Red Dead 2 seems a lot easier than Red Dead 2. Sorry, Red Dead 1 or the other GTA games. And I think some developers realize that there is some selling value to trophies or achievements.
oh, for
So
sure. Um,
having bad trophies are not good because there are trophy hunters in the world. And like there are fun trophies like God of War. It's an easy and fun, you know. So they didn't make it hard. They didn't make it super easy. It's just fun. So yeah, trophies got overall much easier than it was before in most games.
but yeah, you're right. I mean, games in general, not even trophy related. I mean, they're so. much more forgiving with checkpoint systems and uh, auto saving and all this stuff. Not like
Yeah.
on the Super Nintendo days.
Uh, honestly,
I miss
I
it
miss
too.
these days.
I miss that too.
I played. Have you played Resident Evil 2 remake?
No, I have not. They made that a
Uh,
lot easier.
no, it was that when you select the difficulty, if you select hard, the save system would be just like the classic, where you have to save at a certain point. While if you use any lower difficulties, it would auto save. And I went hard just for that because I wanted to feel like playing an old game, where I have to save at a certain point, like places and stuff. So yeah, games got easier and trophies got easier with them overall.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I'm not playing a game with trophies, I'm playing on the hardest difficulty because I think that would make it more fun. But the
Yeah,
thing with if there's a trophy list and oh, you can play it on easy, it's just like a temptation that it's hard to resist, I guess.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Uh, I played Last of Us 2 on survival, even though you don't have to.
So let's see what else. I think that's pretty much your story of getting through the of trophies. I mean, what got you to make a new account? Just I mean, I don't know
Oh
if you
yeah.
100% your account, or I mean, not 100%, but like it's just a casual
Yes.
account. I take it.
So I made this account in 2008. I went back home for a vacation from my studies in the U.S. and my brother wanted to play with me a game called The Way Out. And each player has to be a different account. So I was like, hey, let's make a new account. And I made an account. I put the my U.S. address. I kind of regret. I kind of wish it was my home country, but it's too late. And thank you, PlayStation One, for not allowing us to change regions. But anyway, so that's when I made this account, and I played with him, and we got the platinum because it was easy. And then I went back to the US. I didn't have PlayStation, so that account just started collecting dust until they announced Medieval. You know Medieval?
Yeah.
So that's one of my favorite games on PlayStation 1. And when I saw that's gonna remake it, I was like, holy shit, I have to get a PlayStation 4 just for that game. And that's what happened. I got PlayStation 4 again in the US just for that game. And I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed getting the trophies again, the feeling. And after that, like, I started playing more games on PlayStation.
Oh, so the positive plat feeling actually kind of got back to you. Because I mean,
Yeah,
for me, it's just kind of feels a little void at this point, just because of how much garbage there is on
yeah,
the system.
yeah,
But
yeah. Of course, you probably are numb from getting platinums now.
yeah, it just doesn't feel like anything. But so after a while away from it, you experience a positive feeling when you get that sound again.
Yeah, definitely. It was a very cool feeling when I of Medieval. I got Death Stranding too. Because I love Kojima games, and I also got the platinum in that game. And then I realized something that hey, 4 Pro isn't so bad. For some weird reason, being on PlayStation surprisingly more chilling than on PC. Because in PC you usually have to do all the weird stuff.
Could you repeat that?
Stable.
You started cutting out there.
Okay. So I was saying that playing on PlayStation was surprisingly more chilling because on PC you have to get the settings right, in good graphics,
Yeah, and
frame rate,
PlayStation, it's all
and
just set up already.
you just put the disc. And graphically, even though it is inferior, but it's not bad at all. And I don't know, I really started to realize something like when you play games, no matter how good they look, how bad they look, at some point you just get used to it. They become the normal. Even if you play a game that's super, you're gonna be like, wow, the hours. And then it just gets like normal, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you just get used to it.
Same thing with exactly. Just the same thing with bad graphics. The same thing now I'm feeling with PlayStation. Sure, I realize some things that I'm pretty sure it would look so much better on PC, but give it some time, like an hour or even minutes, go through it. You don't care. Even when you play 30 FPS, I always play 60 FPS, not play in 30 FPS, and it doesn't bother me at all. So I feel like I mentally improve when it comes to graphics. Because remember when I said that one of the major factors I jumped to PC was the security. I wanted to play games good, and now I'm back playing PS4 even more than PC. I'm starting to feel like, hey, there are some really good games in PlayStation 3 that I enjoy that I might go back to play, even though they look really shit right now. But I love playing them, and I'm enjoying trophies now, and I'm not doing it for some competition. I'm doing it for myself because it's a good time. There's no reason not to. So that's the new account. I started a new account because I wanted this detachment from all the toxicity that trophies brought,
Yeah.
to be basically fresh and try to maintain a 100%. I'm trying.
Yeah, I feel you with that. I mean, I've had thoughts myself of just it'd be nice to just get away from all this drama and, like you said, toxicity, and it's just like you need to play the worst games ever, and it just you have to um you can't take your time with things, and it's uh I'm sure you understand, and I'm
Just
sure a lot of
I think
people don't
yeah.
really understand what it's like up there, but um,
Yeah, I know, but I know. I mean, I mean, my biggest advice is not to be addicted to trophies, but to some, it's hard to give up. Especially you. You have this amazing position. I mean, if I'm in your place right now, I probably wouldn't give up, even though I did before. But it's not easy. It's not easy to give up on something you really enjoy and or something that
you put a
like
lot
you
of
have a
work
good
into.
position in. Yeah,
Yeah,
but you should have fun first. You shouldn't suffer while we play games. We play games to escape reality and to enter a virtual world and enjoy it, to be someone else. And that should be the main priority. And trophies should be just an enhancement to that experience.
yeah. Well said there. Um, all right, I think maybe we wrap up the interview then. Unless you got more you want to talk about, if you got, feel free if you got some other topics.
Um, see, I need to think. I don't think I have anything more to say other than that I did benefit from these experience new games I enjoyed loving. I met a really great friends. Um, I did get my 15 minutes of fame, but overall, you should just enjoy the game. Don't suffer
Yeah,
unless you enjoy suffering.
well,
But yeah, thank you so much for having me do this interview.
Yeah,
Like
thanks for coming on.
it's nice talking about these good old times, and I enjoyed it. Thank you.
I know it brings back memories. All these
Yeah.
talks. All right. Do you have any? I mean, I'm not sure if you use any more social media or anything. If you wanna,
Oh no,
no.
I'm not for social media. I just have the Twitter I sometimes use, and that's all.
All right.
Someone
Yeah. I
wants
mean,
to add me in PlayStation, sure.
I figured if I should at least give you the chance if you wanted. But okay. So that's gonna sum up this interview here. So as always, everybody have a good night, good morning, enjoy your games. Thanks for watching, and I guess listening in this case. And hopefully see you guys again next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Take care, everyone.